Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Ming. By now you know I am one half of my very new podcast. I'm called Girl I Guess with my best friend Karen Civil.
The whole world, look around you. Look at this. We created this. This didn't exist before we were here.
We just launched within the last month. We are a couple episodes in. I have some footage from me going to shoot my first 2 episodes. And I just kind of like wanted to talk about my experience so far doing the podcast. First of all, shout out to Joe Buttons. Shout out to Joe Buttons Network. So far, the working relationship has been amazing. So easy. So much good teamwork. Shout out to Drew and Ian, and shout out to my best friend Karen, who is, it doesn't even feel like a job. It's literally real conversations between me and my best friend.
Good morning. It is now 6:30 and I'm on my way to catch my flight to LA. My flight is at 8 o'clock and we are filming our very first podcast. At 1, I land at 10, leave the airport, I go straight into makeup. I made it to the airport. I literally got here 5 minutes ago. Now, when you travel to LA, you gotta fill out one of these, which is crazy. So, and if you don't fill it out before you arrive, it could be a $500 fine. Hey, okay, so I made it to Case Condo. We got King of Hair. We have Steph on makeup. Hi. Today, we're shooting our first episode. I'm gonna be a little tipsy. Every time I land in LA, it's just like this feeling that I get, but it's just like, I can't explain the way it makes me feel.
New York has that feeling too.
It's just like, I should be here.
It's like
every
home,
time,
right?
every time it's like, damn, I love it here.
I do too. It speaks to my soul.
How long you been here?
18 years.
Really? 18 years? I thought you moved to Atlanta at one point.
I was there for like 9 months and got out of there.
Be love forever. I love Atlanta.
I do love Atlanta. I do rock with Atlanta, but I've been to Atlanta when it was at its rawest and its most authentic, and when it was definitely like a black utopian society. And once again, the class level was different. I love class and people who carry themselves with integrity. No matter what you do in your bedroom, that's conservative. Be conservative.
You're conservative.
To an extent, I like to do things in anything that I base my life on. I'm not better than nobody, but I move different. I'm an integrity, character-based man. Period. It's not about, and it's just built in me. It was meant for me to be just how I am, to be an example for other people that's coming up. Because like I was raised in the area of Martin Luther King, so all that meant something to me. When Whitney Houston had that song, "I Believe the Children of the Future," that resonated to me. And at the point when they were singing "We Shall Overcome," they did that to affect people like myself. Being modest.
Okay, so I did bring your extra battery, so I can't like record. But I'm about to get my makeup done. We are literally seconds before.
You don't see anything on the table?
No.
Our very first podcast.
You want the table in there?
I don't think I can.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Be really low.
I think we have enough.
It's okay.
Oh! This is epic. And we are about to record our first episode.
Is it capital civil?
I don't think so. Like, Civil War, Civil Rights, and 908, the area code.
It's a wrap. Day 1. It is now 7:27. And my flight leaves back to Atlanta at 10 p.m. So I'm gonna hang out for a while, then head back to the airport, and I'll be back in Atlanta by 5 a.m. That was the setup. It was a good show. It's really good. I can't wait for you guys to see it.
So if you guys know, me and Karen recently got a shoe deal with K-Swiss. So we have our own like Boss Best Friend shoe collection coming out this later on this year. And we like, we always take our pictures together. We always vacation together. And so I was just like, how cool would it be if we figured out a way to work together on a regular basis? And she was like, yeah. And then I'm supposed to move to LA, which I'm currently in Atlanta now, but I'm getting ready to transition to LA. And back in the summer, I was supposed to move by August, and then I pushed it back to October because of COVID and LA being shut down. I didn't want to move out there. So by the time October came, Karen's like, yo, Joe hit me up about a podcast. Do you want to do it? Should we do it? What should we do? I'm like, it, let's do it. Like, the people always want to hear our perspective. They don't get to see us behind the scenes, especially you, more so like me, because I do have like my YouTube channel and sometimes I do vlogs, so you kind of get to see a little bit more of my personality. And but it's more so like a little bit of my personality and more so like in the beauty realm. And you know what I mean, I can't like let my hair down. I don't really speak on my opinions on a lot of things. So on the podcast, I'm kind of like completely opening up the curtains, letting you guys behind the scenes and kind of like in a little bit, especially having like good girl talk about real life issues and problems. Like we plan on having therapists on the show. We bringing in some of our friends, our family, some celebrity guests, some of our favorite artists. It's going to be amazing. Hope you guys are subscribed to our podcast, which is airing on Apple. It's called Girl I Guess. It's been a crazy launch. We did like our own little promo video. Like I'm like, Karen, we gotta do a good video. Karen was like, cool. She actually came up with the video concept. She was like, we're gonna do this. We was like talking about the script. I'll play the clip right now for our podcast video. All right, it's 2021. I'm ready for a change.
I don't know, but I just know it needs to be something big.
Bless up, Karen. We was just talking about podcasting, and I thought about you. That your Karen should get yours, and you and Ming, and do something special for the queens out there.
What's he talking about? Anyway, what were you saying?
Mean girl, it's Big Lotto. I need you to start a podcast with Karen for all the boss bitches.
You have a lot of insight, a lot of experiences to pull from, and it's just time.
Who is this?
Start the podcast, please.
Yo, Karen, I got a crazy ass idea. How about you and Ming put together a crazy ass podcast, some chill, some real player like. You do that for me?
Wait, what?
I want all you little hussies to go out and get this podcast going for yourselves. Because after all, that's what friends are for.
All right, you know what to do.
I actually know the perfect person.
Hello.
Hey, Joe.
Karen, what's going on?
You trying to help us get this podcast going or what?
Girl, I guess.
Can you believe it? We had Wiz Khalifa, Dionne Warwick, we had Mulatto, we had DJ Khaled, we had Damson Idris, me, Karen Silva, freaking Joe Buttons in one video.
Damn!
This process has actually been happening so freaking fast, and I'm so glad like people are actually loving it. People are giving their honest feedback. We are, just making, Black girl conversation important. In episode 2, I talk about normalizing Black girl luxury, and I meant it. Like, Black girls, Black women are top tier. End of story.
Period. 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 Period.
Nothing else to say. Like we're opening up our own businesses. We're becoming amazing entrepreneurs. We are furthering our education like never before. Like we won the world. And let's normalize it. Let's not like I didn't even get a chance to talk about this in the podcast, and maybe I will, about like how like once black girls started wearing Birkins, it was like they had to be fake, or it couldn't. Like we were driving down the actual, like, the worth of Birkin bags. Like why once a black girl get 2 Birkin bags or 3 Birkin bags, they gotta be fake, or why once a black girl start wearing, Louis Vuitton or Dior, all of a sudden it's ghetto. Like, no, let's normalize black women, black people, people of color having luxury items. Like, it's okay. Another ethnic group have 10 Birkins and it's, oh, she's a boss bitch. I got 10 Birkins and they gotta be fake. It's ghetto. Like, no, sweetheart. Let's normalize it. I grew up in Detroit, where our, like, the nicest cars was like, for people of my peers, and their family was like, a Cadillac truck. That was like the car that I made it. And it wasn't until I was 18 years old the first time I visited Atlanta. And the first time I visited Atlanta, it was the very first time I ever saw black people my own color, young, driving Benzes, Bentleys, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Range Rovers, G-Wagons. It was like, I was shocked. Like, I couldn't believe that this is exactly what I said. It's just like the rap videos. And I gotta move to Atlanta. And I literally moved to Atlanta 6 months later. I didn't know a soul here. And it was just because I wanted to be surrounded by that. Like, I wanted to be surrounded by do well people. Like, people that were successful and doing well. So, my earlier years, I didn't really see it. But I didn't, my aunt, she worked really hard. She was like one of the directors for Blue Cross Blue Shield. So, I had a pretty good growing up childhood. And one thing she did teach me, that anything that I wanted in life, I could have as long as I worked for it. So I kind of saw it, but it wasn't until I came down to Atlanta and I saw like luxury, like the cars that we only seen on TV. I could like walk past and like touch them. That forever, going to Lenox Mall forever changed my outlook on life and my view of luxury, and knowing that I could obtain it. It made it obtainable. Episode 3, we kind of touch on balancing work life and mom life and work life. Episode 4 it comes out, Valentine's Day week. So that episode is crazy. But yeah, I'm really enjoying working on this podcast. I kind of like get a thrill out of living in Atlanta and working in LA. I don't know, it just kind of like makes me feel a little important. But other than that, check out our podcast with my best friend Karen Civil. It's called Girl I Guess, and it is on the Joe Buttons Network. Oh, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, do so now. Like, comment, leave me some comments on what we should talk about on the show, and who y'all want us to bring up. Like, what guests should we have? Yeah, let me know. Love y'all.